Hello all, I am Professor Chaitanya GD, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, MIT Mysore. Today we are looking at one of the experiment of Energy Laboratory, experiment number 5, that is Redwood viscometer. What is the aim of the experiment? To determine the viscosity of given oil using Redwood viscometer. We know that viscosity is the property of the fluid which offers resistance to the flow of one layer of the fluid above another adjacent layer. That means higher the viscosity, higher will be the resistance to flow, and lower will be the viscosity, lower will be the resistance to flow. We can easily differentiate between higher viscous fluid and lower viscous fluid just by dropping a liquid on a slant surface. The one which moves faster is the lower viscosity fluid, whereas one which moves slower, that is higher viscous fluid. That means to say, simply we can differentiate between these two fluids. However, we need to ascertain certain values for this number as a number. So this is such an experiment which assigns a number for viscosity. Of course, we do have absolute viscosity and kinematic viscosity, but Redwood viscometer also have another number which we call it as Redwood viscometer number. However, why viscosity is important? Viscosity is important because in most of the applications we do use lubricating oils with a proper viscosity is required. If it is a higher viscous fluid, it may require more power to overcome. For example, if you use lubricating oil between the bearings, it needs more power to overcome the friction offered by the lubricating oil itself. On the other hand, if the viscosity is lesser in lubricant oil, what happens is that it may leads to failure because of the higher friction. So if you are selecting an oil or a liquid for a particular application, you need to have the value of viscosity to be considered while selecting it for a particular application. So this is such experiment where we are interested in finding out the viscosity of the oil. Now look at the apparatus which is required. We need a viscometer, a thermometer is needed because we are going to conduct the experiment with respect to different temperatures. Then we need a weighing scale and a stopwatch. Observation: we are taking 50 cc of oil. So first we are having a receiving flask which we are measuring at empty. 50 cc measuring flask we have. We measure it. What is the weight? We are getting 0.04 kg or 40 grams. Then volume of the oil taken, we are repeating this experiment for 50 centimeter cube or cubic centimeter, we call it as 50 cc. Then oil which we are using is 40 oil. Now look at the experimental setup. We have an oil cup which is used to collect the oil or which is used to have the oil. Viscosity is to be measured. Then it is surrounded by a water bar which is heated by electrical heating coils. Generally, heating coils transfer the heat to the water, then water transfer the heat to the oil. So it is like an indirect way of heating it. We have a thermometer which is placed in order to know the temperature at which you are measuring the viscosity. Then we have an oil level indicator. Then we have a steering vanes. Steering vanes help us to maintain the uniform temperature over the water pump. So we keep on stirring the water so that the temperature here is uniform. Then we have a ball blocking the orifice. So what we do? We pour the oil whose viscosity is to be measured here. Then we will wait till the required temperature is achieved. Till then this ball will be blocking the orifice. Now when the required temperature is achieved, you open valve, then what will happen? The oil starts flowing through the orifice. That itself is the concept of measuring the viscosity. That means there will be a restricted flow or an orifice through which the oil has to flow or the liquid has to flow, whose viscosity we are interested in measuring. So there will be a standard orifice through which the liquid has to flow, and what time it is taking for the given volume of fluid. Here we are taking 50 cc, so we are measuring the time for, or we are having the time for 50 cc of oil to be collected in this flask. Then what we will have? We have the volume of oil which is collected, we have the time with us. Then we can weigh this and see what is the weight of the oil collected. Now let us look at the tabular column. That is the way by which we conduct the experiment. This is the experimental setup of Redwood's viscometer. Similar to the setup of Seibold viscometer, we have the oil container to which the oil whose viscosity is to be measured is poured. Then we have an electrical heater which heats the water which is around that oil container. So it is immersed in the water bath. So it is the indirect way of heating the oil. Now we also have the stirring just to maintain the uniform temperature. Then we have a thermometer just to check the temperature. So we will repeat this procedure for different temperatures. Now we have switched on the experimental setup and switched on the heater, which is the temperature is rising. We are doing it for 45 degrees centigrade. Then for every 5 degrees centigrade rise, we are repeating this experiment just to see the behavior of the oil with respect to temperature. Now the temperature is 45 degrees centigrade. We have the empty flask of which we will have the weight. The weight of the empty flask is 40 grams. Now keep the empty flask here and open the valve and wait for the oil to get collected. Note down the time. It has taken 169 seconds to fill. Now once this is done, weigh this in a weighing scale to get the weight. It is 77 grams. What we have noted down is the time which it is taking to flow through an orifice, and at the same time weight of the empty flask and weight with the oil. Now if you subtract this from the empty glass, you get the weight of oil. Now again you can repeat the same experiment for increasing the temperature. For example, you can go for next 5 degrees centigrade rise, 50 degrees centigrade and 55 degrees centigrade, and you can note it down that at higher temperature it takes lesser time to flow through the orifice, because at higher temperature resistance to flow decreases. So obviously it flows faster at higher temperatures. Let us look at the tabulated values. First we go for temperature of the oil. We are conducting the experiment for 45 degrees Celsius. Weight of the receiver flask with 50 cc oil. That means after collecting this, you are measuring, it is coming out to be 77. But initially we measured the empty flask weight, which was 40 grams. So obviously the weight of the oil which is collected is 37 grams. Then we noted down the time taken for 50 cc oil to be collected in this flask, that is 169 seconds. Then we can viscometer number. Weight of 50 cc oil, as we said, this is the weight of the 50 cc oil with the oil cup. This is the weight of the empty cup. Then we have the weight of the actual oil collected in the receiving flask, that is 37 grams. Then density of oil, mass by volume. Mass which we have taken here is 37 and 50 cc. So 0.74 grams per cc. Then kinematic viscosity of the oil, we have an empirical formula for Redwood viscometer, that is 0.227 into T. This is the time taken for 50 cc oil to be flowing through the orifice, minus 65 by T. Then if you substitute the value here, we get 45.245 centistores. So this is a direct value which we get when you substitute time in seconds here. Then in order to have the absolute viscosity of the oil, we have the formula, that is kinematic viscosity into density. So we found out the density here just to be substituted here and to find out the absolute viscosity. Absolute viscosity, we get it as 33.481 centipoise. Substitute density in grams per cc, we get absolute viscosity in centipoise. Then Redwood viscometer number, which is also denoted by RVN, is equal to 100 into rho into T divided by 535 into 0.95. We get it as 25.547. Now look at the temperature. We have done this experiment. We have increased the temperature 45, 60, 65 and 70, and look at the viscosity. Viscosity is decreasing as temperature is increased. So this is evident that at higher temperature viscosity decreases. Now we will look at the probable viva questions.